May 19th, brother.
Oh, yeah, back in the saddle.
Welcome to Morning Crankers.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Does this feel like a Monday?
It does.
Yeah, well, I mean, we're exploring some options, and that can mean many things, right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like, if somebody came and said, hey, you want to do video? And we're like, ha, ha, ha. No. Yeah.
No.
Because, what we do, our blue-collar workers,
Yeah.
they don't get a chance to sit there at work and watch TV. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, ain't nobody wants to sit there and stare at my face while they can just listen to me.
Well, you definitely have a face made for radio, brother.
I do.
You know what I mean? Me, I could pull off either one. It is May 19th. But before we get into that, you went on vacay.
Yes.
And you didn't get any but JJ.
No.
No, but you went on vacay.
Yeah.
Okay, so tell us about it. Was it fun?
It was fun. I had to go with my son and his fiance. And
Oh, yeah.
but she stayed at the motel because I didn't have an extra ticket. But
Oh, ticket for what?
going to the Reds game to see the Pete Rose celebration of
I know
life.
who Pete Rose is.
Life.
Who are the Reds?
6-time champions. But yes, yeah.
Yeah, well, 6-time champions. But, when they won, it was when other teams were having down years.
Yeah, well, they were actually pretty daggone good. That might be the greatest 8 of all time. They call them the greatest 8.
The Great 8.
The Great 8. As a matter of fact, they've got a big thing in their Hall of Fame about the Great 8.
Yeah, but is it in the Major League Baseball Hall of Fame is what I want to know.
Oh, I think so. I think they've got something about the Big Red Machine in there.
Do they?
So, yeah.
The Big Red Machine. I didn't know we were going WWF.
Right.
Saying no.
That's true. That's true.
I'm glad you had a good time. You also went to Magic Mountain or something, right?
No. We went to Kings Island.
Kings Island.
It's in Mason, Ohio, which is considered part of the Cincinnati area.
So is Mason, Ohio, is that considered north or south?
That is north.
It is north.
North of the city.
Okay, so is all of Ohio above what they considered to be the Mason-Dixon line?
It is.
It is.
Yeah.
Okay, so Kings Island, like you guys were like for the king and queen?
I guess.
Yeah, well, But you had a good time anyways.
I had a real good time. I got kicked off a couple of rides, but hey.
Because you're too tall?
One for being too tall.
Oh.
The other one was, they said my quad was too big, my quads, to fit in one.
Quad was too big.
They looked at my legs and said, that's the reason why you can't fit in there. Cause
you should have a new nickname, Quadimoto.
Yeah. There you go.
You know what I'm saying?
Quadimoto.
Yeah, Quadimoto.
Quadzilla is what I was thinking. But
Yeah, well, I mean, it's 6 to 1, half dozen of the other, right?
Right?
Yeah, so it is one of your days today. May 19th is National Devil's Food Cake Day.
Yeah, that is a good day.
Okay. And we may have one of the funniest, best songs
Oh, yeah.
that we have ever done. And it's actually because somebody that we're friends with, we're not going to name names, but
Right.
they know who they are,
Oh, yeah.
asked us, what is it like living in the Ozarks? Am I going to like it? What's the weather like down there in the summer? Because that person had came to visit us in the winter.
Yes.
So they knew that the winters were kind of mild.
Oh, yeah.
And we decided, should we lie or should we tell the truth?
Right.
And you're going to find out in the song today because I watched a video the other day
Right.
with Bill from Curious Cars on YouTube.
Right.
One of the funniest guys, it's not even a comedy show. He does car reviews.
Right.
But you want to talk about funny. We're going to do that
He's
today.
a funny dude. I've seen him. So.
Yeah. Well, National Devil's Food Cake Day. You like devil's food?
Oh, I do.
Yeah, it's that, really intense chocolate flavor.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay, when you get to cake, what is the difference between chocolate flavor and fudge flavor?
There's just fudge is more rich.
That's what I was actually looking it up, and I kind of stumped ChatGPT.
Really?
Yeah. If you look for chocolate versus fudge versus devil's food.
Okay.
Okay.
They all three got different chocolatey taste.
They do, but they're very hard to say. Like some brand's fudge would be another brand's chocolate.
I would agree.
And devil's food, I think devil's food just means that they put a little pudding in it.
It must be.
I think it is. That's what gives it this
does
texture.
got that texture. Yeah, I was going to say.
Yeah, like a pudding.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Any ladies out there, he likes calling his ladies pudding.
Pudding drawer.
Yeah, it could be. But anyways, it's National Devil's Food Cake Day. It's Frog Jumping Jubilee Day.
Oh, cool.
Here's one that really sucks. Celebrate your elected officials day.
Yeah, that one really does suck.
Well, at least
Who
on a
wants to
federal
celebrate?
level.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, except for the big guy.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I'm very happy about that. Speaking of that, we did get unfortunate news, and I am not a Joe Biden fan.
No.
But unfortunately, he has been diagnosed with an aggressive prostate cancer. So our prayers are with
Most certainly.
him and the family, and we are asked to do that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, so I'm just trying to be a good person. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I guess we can.
Okay.
We should.
It's Malcolm X Day today.
Malcolm X Day.
Yeah. What was your favorite thing Malcolm X ever said?
I'm not sure because he really, I don't know. He tried to bring people together, and other times he seemed like he was a divider at other times.
Well, he did say one of the smartest things ever that, you know, a lot of the population chooses to forget about.
Yeah, the good parts that he said.
Yeah, well, I'll do the first part and then you finish the last part.
Okay.
Okay, you ready?
Ready.
The white liberal is the most dangerous thing to...
Our sovereignty, basically. But that ain't what he said. But that is what he meant.
He was talking about them backstabbing them and using them.
Yeah.
And them, I mean the people that were following him.
He was basically saying that the white liberal
Liars.
are liars, but they also
Backstabbers.
They try to coddle.
Well, they coddle for the wrong reasons.
Yeah, they try to coddle black people, Hispanics, and all that.
Yeah, it's like, you know, you go tell a homeless person, why don't you come in the house and, you know, take your clothes off and I'll throw them in the washer. And in the meantime, I'll steal all your money from you before I give you your clothes. Yeah, that's what he's saying.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? So, yeah. It's also hepatitis testing day.
Yeah.
You know.
That's a good thing to get tested for, though.
Well, I mean, I knew one person that had hepatitis and they got it from, it was a soldier.
Yeah.
That had to have an operation after being hurt overseas.
Overseas in the Gulf.
Yeah, it was actually the Gulf War.
Yeah.
And I guess that was quite a problem over there.
Yeah, I heard about that. Yeah.
And anyways, so it's that day. It's also National Asian and Pacific Islander HIV/AIDS Awareness Day. So, again, I don't know why we can't just have an HIV/AIDS Awareness Day.
Yeah.
You know,
I think they do, but...
Yeah, well, I mean, today is specifically for Asian and Pacific Islander.
Specifically.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pacific.
Yeah. It's May Ray Day.
May Day.
Okay. Yeah, well, May Ray, you know.
Yeah. May Ray.
Remember April showers bring May flowers?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's National Barber. I'm dead serious. It's National Barber Mental Health Awareness Day.
Some of them might need some help. I got a story about that.
All right, let's hear it.
Let's reel this one in because I didn't.
Let's see.
You brought back a childhood memory.
A big one?
Yeah, could have been a big one.
How big?
Could have got me by an ear.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Wow. Well.
Oh, there. Oh,
yeah.
reel it in. Man, that thing was huge. All right. I think he reeled in my entire ear on this one. Yeah, I was. I think I was only 3 or 4. Dad said went and got a haircut.
Ooh.
I was sitting in that extra seat that they put on the barber stool to prop me up. You know what I mean? You remember those?
Oh, I do.
And I'm sure they're still around.
And, you know, I remember that one movie, Mississippi Burning, where he beat the guy and then he spun the chair around and it just kept spinning. You remember that? Yeah.
Yeah. But our barber, he was known for drinking a little bit sometimes.
Was his name Harry?
No. I can't remember his name because, gosh, I was little. But Dad said I was sitting in that chair and just sitting still like normal, and then he ended up cutting into my ear when he went over around the ear to trim it. And boy, my dad was wanting to fight him.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean,
I remember Mom saying, "You're lucky your dad didn't knock him out when he was little in front of me."
well, did you ever go and get your, like, the single blade, the one blade shave?
No. Oh, where it's down to just barely any hair there?
No, I'm talking like where they do the hot towel treatment. They put it down, the hot towel, and then take it up and actually shave, like in the Old West.
I have not had that done.
See, I'd like to try that, but I guess if they're around my jugular like that,
Yeah.
Maybe the mental health for them is a good thing.
I agree.
It's also National Mechanical Dry Eye Day. A National Chi Day. How's your chi doing?
What's the cheese, please?
Chi's like your, it's like your mood, but your aura kind of mixed together. Like, oh, chi. You know what I mean?
My chi is
not hoochie, but like chi.
Yeah, my hoochie's done really. I don't even have a hoochie yet.
Well, it's Plant
chi.
Something Day. Also, that's a good day, right?
Oh yeah.
World Family Doctor Day, World IBD Day, and Victoria Day.
Victoria, we don't celebrate that.
Yeah, no, that's Canadian.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What do you celebrate that's Canadian?
Bacon, the Canadian bacon.
Well, Moosehead is Canadian beer.
Yeah.
And it's acceptable.
I've never had it.
Okay, it's not as good as some of our local breweries.
Oh, for sure.
But, if you're buying beer, as long as it's really cold, it's a really good beer. But the warmer the temperature gets, which we're going to talk about,
Okay.
The worse the beer gets. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, yeah. Anyways, I thought you'd be interested in this.
Okay.
Because you know how you're always looking at your phone?
Yeah.
Trying to see if anybody's asked you on a date?
Yeah.
Okay. This has been a train wreck, and I'm telling you, it's always a train wreck. And we've been trying to tell people. 25-year-old Japanese man develops a new thing.
Huh.
Doctors actually gave it a name, dropping head syndrome. Now, if your girlfriend had dropping head syndrome, you'd be like, oh,
no
yeah.
complaints.
Yeah, well, a 25-year-old Japanese man who spent most of his time looking down at his phone eventually became unable to raise his own head and was diagnosed with dropping head syndrome.
Okay, guys.
It's a real thing.
I believe it.
I mean, can you believe? Okay, there's a picture of him right there. What do you think of that?
Wow.
Yeah, it's, the curvature of the spine.
Jeez.
That's why you got to tell your lady it's important to exercise the neck muscles around the spine.
It is.
You know what I mean?
It's very important, especially up and down.
There's so many benefits.
Yeah.
Like it's cardiac therapy for men.
Up and down, side to side, ladies.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yeah.
And, but yeah. There was a guy that needed to avenge his family because this group of gang members kept coming in Haiti and stealing their food.
Oh.
Well, they're gang members. What are you going to do?
Right.
Kind of roughed up the mom a little bit.
Right.
Well, nobody messes with mama. You know what I'm saying?
No.
Nobody.
Nobody. Mama bear gets left alone.
So guess what?
Go hibernate.
One smart guy from this family introduced him to death.
Oh.
Yeah, you know what he did?
What did he do?
He made empanadas and he poisoned all of them. And he brought them out right before the gang came every day to steal their food.
Wow.
And 40 gang members ate poisoned empanadas. So now supposedly it got worse than that. Like these guys had killed family members and stuff. So is the guy a hero or is he he's an anti-hero, but are you rooting for the guy? Like, do you keep letting gang members come around, kill your family, steal your food,
I think
money?
Yeah, he actually took a stance, I guess.
Took a stand.
I guess against corruption.
Well, it is. It
That's
is what it is.
was.
Yeah. Speaking of that, I didn't realize we got 14 minutes already into the show.
It don't seem like it.
It don't seem like it at all.
No.
We haven't even got to hardly any of the
We're
stories.
rolling
But
around.
Rolling
right with the punches.
I run a business podcast also, and I am very much into efficiency.
Right.
A Japanese airport was just given an award because they haven't lost a piece of baggage in 30 years.
Oh, that deserves a round of applause.
Yeah, well, the U.S. gave it, yeah.
Good for you, Japanese.
Bureau of Transportation Statistics. Did you know that Bureau existed?
I did not.
Yeah, well, now you do.
Yes.
We lose about 3 million bags a year in America.
We got to get better at that.
Well, here, I mean, Patrick and Deming probably fixed that airport over there, which, they were Americans. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, it kind of is what it is. And then finally, a millionaire family was awarded $100,000 because they were accused of leaving a restaurant without paying, even though they did.
Huh.
Peter and Ann McGurr.
Wow. So they had to really double pay.
Well, they visited the Horse and Jockey Inn in England. And the family ordered their stuff. They paid for it. They left. And somebody came out and screamed at them for not paying for it. Well, they were embarrassed. So they took the company to court, proved that they paid, and then were awarded another 100,000 euros.
Ooh.
What do you think of that?
Well, it is what it is. It looks like they got burned. Maybe their food was burned too.
It very well could have been. Well, so we're going to get back to this. Our friend, asked us, and you and I both were kind of like, do we lie or do we tell the truth?
Right.
And us, we decided to tell the truth.
Right.
So this song today is actually about that. It's going to be a little bit longer because we have an intro that we borrowed from Curious Cars.
I don't know if we really lied to him though, but I just think that he kept bugging us about how the weather was. So
so we told him.
We told him.
Okay, so this is the song. It's called "Hotter Than a Possum's Armpit."
There we go. Gang.
Good morning. This is Bill from Curious Cars and out of House of Naples on a muggy, crappy, vicious, miserable, muggy, humid, horrible, miserable, shitty, crappy, mediocre, muggy, unfriggin' believable, horrible, muggy, moist, miserable, hopeless, horrible, shitty, miserable, muggy and crappy, beyond fit for human existence, muggy, miserable, hot, awful, shitty, muggy, miserable, shitty, awful, peak shit dripping from every orifice. It's a fine morning. It's not actually. It's humid as shit.
Around here.
Shitty hot weather.
How's the weather
that's
today?
where we're going. We're just living in a misty fog. It sucks. Just absolutely it sucks.
You don't want to know,
son. The weather for the last
but
few
bless
days.
your dumb little heart.
Day it is.
You
I
ask.
don't care. I'd just like to go find a hole somewhere, curl up, and possibly
Go sit down, Sugar Biscuit. Let me tell you about the Ozarks in June. It's hotter than a jalapeno balls at a salsa contest in Satan's garage.
Muggy. Hell, it's so muggy I sweated through my eyebrow. And I ain't even got any. I farted and it turned to soup. That's the air quality index.
Oh my gosh.
Gumbo.
Well, humidity's sitting at, why the hell do I even shower? I dried off just to be moist again. Like a Baptist preacher in a strip club buffet line. And Cheryl, I said moist. Tell your pastor I'll see him at bingo.
Every summer, here's like God cracked open a window in hell. Lit a swamp candle and aimed it at our crotches.
Well, I stepped outside and my nipples fogged up. My truck's tires melted into the gravel. And now I ride a motorcycle to Dollar General, wearing flip-flops and pure regret.
You asking if it's hot and muggy. That's like asking if meth is still popular in Branson. Of course it is. You overcooked Slim Jim.
Well, you ever seen a squirrel just give up mid-scamper? Well, I did yesterday. He looked me dead in the eye like, not today, fat man. None of this soup air.
My thighs been sticking together so hard, I started a fire just walking. They're calling it the Great Chub Rub Blaze of 25.
Hell, my cousin lit a cigarette and the humidity turned it into a foghorn. Now, we're under a statewide haze advisory, and he's married to a raccoon.
So yeah, it's hot.
Oh, it's hot.
It's a muggy. It's the Ozarks, baby.
Oh, yeah.
You don't ask if it's gross outside.
Yeah.
You just accept your fate.
That's right.
Like a Walmart scooter with 3 batteries left.
That's right.
Welcome to swamp ass season. Now go buy a fan and a prayer.
Because on a good day, it smells like BO and disappointment. And on a bad day,
You become one with the mildew.
and that's it there, folks. I hope you liked it. I mean,
you enjoyed that.
Well, we had to go a cappella at the end.
We did.
I mean, if you're storytelling, is it a cappella?
Not really. We were the teller.
Well, I mean, a cappella is just singing without music.
Yeah, I know.
Okay. Okay.
I thought you said Acapulco.
No, well, you know what? We might have to re-record that one.
We might.
You know what I'm saying? Because I really, really, really like Bill from Curious Cars.
I do.
He's one of the funniest guys ever.
Funny dude.
Yeah, funny.
Funny dude.
Awesome. Did you hear about the bombing?
I did hear something about a bombing.
Okay, there was a bombing in California, which, if you remember, we had multiple different dignitaries, you know, I'm talking like presidents and stuff like that from other countries say,
yes,
you know what, America's got a terrorist problem. We do, and it's called leftists. Okay, do you want to know why this guy went to an IVF clinic in California, which helps people to get pregnant? Do you want to know why he did what he did?
Why?
Because he was anti-pro-life.
Imagine that.
Southern California Fertility Clinic is what he did it, and he did a good job. Guy Edward Bartkus of 29 Palms, California, was identified by the FBI as a suspect in the apparent car bomb detonation. Man, it's very sad.
Yeah.
There were deaths. At least that rotten son of a bitch, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Gone. But he did leave a note. So this is actual leftist terrorism that they're not trying to blame on anybody else because he was a leftist piece of you-know-what.
Yes.
So what do you got to say about it?
Oh, man. Where is the fairness in the news?
Yeah, well, where's the fairness in the news? I mean, this guy literally went to a place where people are trying to get pregnant, live the American dream. This rotten scumbag, commie, leftist son of a biscuit.
What it is, the women that went there wanted families, you know? And it's ridiculous.
Women and men.
Women and men.
I mean, we got a real good friend over in Indiana that paid a lot of money to have a couple kids with his wife.
Oh, yeah, I know what friend you're talking about.
Right. You know, anyways, he could see the future with a family.
Oh, yeah.
You know, like that's an inside joke if you.
Yeah.
Yeah. But here's the thing. When are people going to start calling this? I don't believe in terrorism from any side. I don't like extremism from any side.
No.
But for a decade or more, the news has stopped from calling people on the left out.
It's like they've got to put a spin on the news. It's cycle. It's like it's got to fit an agenda or something.
Well, he had nihilistic ideations. And they're looking at him to determine his state of mind. I'll bet you this same rotten piece of you-know-what.
Yeah.
You know, we need to come up with some more for our words for our dictionary.
We do.
For that. I bet you that he's involved with Antifa.
Oh, I wouldn't doubt it.
You know what I mean? You know, I guarantee you.
Oh, you mean Antifa?
Yeah, that's what I mean. You know what I'm saying?
That's in the dictionary. That's our first word.
Yeah. Well, that's a good one.
It is.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
But it makes me angry. Let people live.
Yes.
Let people be themselves. Just because you have an idea, we have a system. Okay, I'm a system guy.
I am too.
We vote for people to go do our bidding.
Yes.
Okay, no matter who you are, and you shouldn't, and I'm going the other way too. Like,
right.
You shouldn't be radicalized. You shouldn't be, terroristic.
But when these people are radicalized, I think they act like a bunch of little babies, like a little bunch of sore losers.
Yeah, well, they suck.
And that's what it is. That's what it comes down to.
Yeah, well.
And it's on all sides, but it just happens to be on that side here lately.
May he burn in hell.
Yes.
Okay. And anyways, we're on to, did you see the Mexican Navy ship?
Yes, I did.
I mean, it was showing off. It had all the groups of people standing up on there. You know what I mean?
Last time I heard 7 people.
It was at 7?
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Well,
Sad.
it said that it was moving the wrong direction. Okay,
Yeah.
but that's the second thing I heard.
Yeah.
Then I was told that because of the rough waters, the mast hit the Golden Gate Bridge,
It looked like
or
to me,
excuse me,
it was
the
steering
Brooklyn
that
Bridge.
way.
Oh, he was going straight into
Oh,
it.
definitely.
I can tell you what it was. The Mexican Navy didn't measure their masts, and they hit the bridge.
Yep.
Because if you looked at the water, it was calm as a baby's ass.
It was.
Do you know what I'm saying? I should say smooth.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, keep it clean.
Yeah. I'm sorry. But
Yeah. Well, you keep the butt clean.
the baby bumble.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Anyways, what do you think of that? I mean, is it weird?
It is weird, but like you said, man, I noticed right away that it was heading toward it. No, like you said, no waves on the water. And it was just the masts were just way bigger than the bridge. Brooklyn Bridge sets down a lot lower than they thought.
I'm going to say 20 feet.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I coupled that with this AP because, AP can never let a good tragedy go to waste.
Oh, no.
Trump budget would cut ocean data and leave boaters, anglers, and forecasters scrambling for information. So I just want to point out that the billions of dollars that we spend to this, didn't help the integrated ocean observing system. The billions of dollars we spent on that didn't help the Mexican Navy navigate under the Brooklyn Bridge.
Right.
That killed people, that broke those things off. I mean, it was supposed to be a grand sight. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Did the Mexican Navy have too much tequila that night or something?
Well, I mean,
Makes
it's,
you wonder.
it could be. But that's what I'm saying. Do you see how the AP News pulls this out right away? And there's going to be some moron, like the guy that committed the bombing.
Oh, yeah.
Now, this hasn't even happened yet.
Right.
There's going to be some moron out there that looks at this story by the AP saying, you see what Donald Trump did? Donald Trump caused the Mexican Navy to crash into the Brooklyn Bridge. And I'm like, you morons, you idiots. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, they act like he's bigger than God. But Trump's not bigger than God, folks.
Yeah, well, I mean, the leftists are saying that there's no money wasted. Do you believe that?
Right.
Well, if there's no money wasted, what that means to me is that the people that we have in government are terrible budgeters.
They are.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't even think they look and say, okay, well, this is how much money we have to spend.
They just spend it.
They just spend it, and then later on, they're like, well, we'll just borrow from Social Security.
They
Did I say that?
I mean, going back to the kid references on this story, it's like having a bunch of teenagers run the show in Washington.
Right. No, it literally is. I mean,
here, I'm going to hand you this checkbook, kid, and I hope that you can keep track of your checking account.
Well, it's, to me,
that's how the government works.
The government is the most inefficient tool that the American people have. We know it's inefficient. Now, there are some places we need government.
Oh, most certainly.
But like this, don't you think that this could be done by a private group much more effectively?
Most certainly. That can be done by private group. Should have been taken care of.
But I mean, yeah, it is what it is, right?
Nothing gets taken care of properly, thanks to the government.
There's what the government needs to do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Anyway, so I've got one more story for today.
Someone need to retire.
Well, I mean, I think there's actually two. We'll see how this one goes. Okay, does that sound good to you?
Sounds good.
Red-eyed zombie bugs emerge hungry for sex after 17 years slumber, and they're set to take over these states. I mean, have you ever seen one of those?
I have not.
Okay, could you imagine waking up from a 17-year nap and need to get your bean snapped? You know what I'm saying? This is Brood XIC. So what is that? 10, 11, and then what's the C in Roman numerals?
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, see, I didn't think you'd know. I don't know
I
either.
didn't know.
Anyways, when the ground hits every 17 years, when it hits 64 degrees, these zombie cicadas come out. You remember the cicadas that they'll walk around and their bodies ripped off and stuff, and they just sit there and they keep going? Well, that's because of the bugs that are inside of them. You see what I'm saying? So they're literally zombies.
Oh.
But,
It makes you wonder if these were scientifically, genetically modified.
Well,
That's my conspiracy knowest in me.
do you remember Men in Black?
Yes.
Okay, the first guy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay,
Oh, yeah.
like they took the skin.
Yep.
Okay, that's what's happening here.
Yep.
Okay, are you ready for this?
Yep.
All right. They got Wisconsin, Illinois, Missouri, Iowa, Arkansas, Tennessee, Mississippi, Kentucky, Indiana, Ohio, and then the rest of them.
Okay.
Parts of Pennsylvania. I mean, some are going to get hard than others, but it's cicada broods. I mean, weird?
It is
Not
weird.
Yeah, if I remember right, when we used to do the show like 4 or 5 years ago, didn't they have another one of these that hatched at that time? You remember that?
I remember that. We talked about it on the old show.
Okay, speaking of that, again, now these stories, these news companies put these stories out, and they make you think that it's achievable for most people.
Right.
Listen to this headline. Oregon man, tired of corporate career, sails across Pacific Ocean with his cat in his own sailboat. Okay, how much of the population of the United States of America could do that?
Probably not money.
His name's Oliver Widger. With a name like that, he's got to be a pencil pusher.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He was working for somebody where he made a lot of money.
Yep.
Like, guess what? Sailing's not free. You still got to have food.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and I know in air, you know, with sails, but even to be on the ocean, I think they have to have a backup propulsion system, don't they?
I think so.
Okay, so, I mean, you're how old? Mid-50s?
52.
Okay, 52. That was fast.
Before you, yeah, I had to say it fast because I know how you are.
Okay, so you're a little over a half century years old.
Yeah.
My question to you is, in that little over a half century years old,
Yeah.
how many times have you been in a financial position to buy a sailboat and say, you know what, I don't need to work anymore, bye?
0.
Well, it gives us hope, doesn't it?
Does.
You know what I'm saying? It's hopeful.
Oh, most certainly.
It's, you know, maybe you can do that. Maybe one day you're going to make enough money to be like, you know what, I'm just going to go sail across the ocean. I'm going to go check out the Pacific Island chicks. I'll help them with their tests.
Oh, I'm definitely going to do that.
Yeah, well, you know what I'm saying. It'd be perfect. Yeah.
That would happen.
Anyways, we love you guys.
Love you,
Go
gang.
check out morningcrackers.com.
Yes. And come over and write Grad at morningcrackers.com. Give me good news, feedback.
Or a
you
date.
can just give me bad. It don't
A
matter.
date? I mean, a date?
On a date, yeah.
Yeah,
That would be
okay.
the good news.
What if Fred invites you on a date?
That ain't happening, Fred.
Yeah, it is what it is. We love you guys. Thanks for listening.
Yeah. More like Frida. Come on.